Welcome back again to week number 9 of Outcast Ordo, a Dark Heresy role-playing campaign. We are currently in our third hour tonight, and our adventurers are attempting to see of a ship full of guards. It was 6, now they're down to the last 3. Which ones have been tainted by the warp? And oh my god, that was loud.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
So the last, or the fourth guard has been escorted down. You see him, he's fidgety. Like, he's looking around, and he's wringing his hands, and he's shifting his weight constantly and looking around. And then he locks onto you, Eli.
I'm going to give him an intent look. And lean in.
You see he's staring at you. He's locked in. He's holding his own with the stare.
And then, is anyone looking closely at us? Like,
I'm
directly?
looking closely
Everyone's
at you.
probably looking at you.
Everyone's staring at you. There's this showdown going. Like, he's clearly more agitated than any of the other ones. Like, they don't need perception to see that he's... Yeah, before he was locked in to stare with you, he was looking around like, what the hell's going on? Oh god, this is horrible.
Alright. I've got to do this here. I'm looking at him closely. It's like, clean. I look at him. Go.
He's
Oh,
hiding
God.
Eli's hiding something.
Wait. I walk over to Eli.
When he turns and says, wait, I'm just...
The guy, like, as this happened, like, when you said clean, his kind of, like, he just went, like, you saw, like, a sigh of relief, and then the guns went down a little bit, and then you said wait, and, like, he immediately...
Guns went back up.
And you hear the clicking of the las guns as they
I'm gonna walk over to Eli for a second, like real close.
Yes.
Whisper, like, what's going on?
He's not. He's clean.
Mm.
It's not. There is no presence.
We're good?
And I'm gonna tap.
the scar
Yes.
of his metal plate.
Mm-hmm. Tapping my plate, like.
We'll
I don't
talk
know
later. We'll talk later.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. False
I
alarm.
get. You turn to the commissar. I get some interference. So.
Yeah, he's giving you the hairy eyeball when this is all going down, and he finally gives the nod to get out. And then as you leave, or as this guy's walking away, you see like the dark stain between his legs start coming.
So does he make eye contact with me as he goes?
He's oddly locked onto you, like as he's walking away, like his head is he's still watching you, like.
I'll just nod to him and head back.
As soon as you give him that nod, he puts his head down and scurries off.
Bring forth the next.
The next one is brought down. This guy's a little bit more cocky. He's standing at attention, chest puffed out, giving you a completely different stare down this time. Like, kind of like, who the
Like the
fuck are you?
superior?
Yeah.
Very troubling.
Not the superior, but just kind of... sorry, he's not giving you a stare down, but he seems to be not as affected by what's happening. Like, he's
giving
locked.
shit.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's like big, proud, tough. Fuck you all.
and I pinged nothing on him, if I remember correctly. So,
Right.
congratulations, you're clean, soldier.
Telling the truth as far as you can tell. Yeah, he doesn't even make, after the commissar gives the nod to leave, he doesn't even acknowledge you. He just marches off to wherever the rest of them were going.
For the last one. Appears I might owe you an apology, Commissar.
Last one comes down. Similar to the second one, he's a little nervous. He's a little slimmer build, not quite as macho as the last one, and looking around nervously. You catch a bead of sweat go down his left temple.
Oh, very troubling.
As you say that, his eyes lock onto you. Then immediately look away.
Are you often plagued by these thoughts of disloyalty?
You just said, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I'm gonna walk around and I'm looking them up and down. Well, I have good news. You are clean, but those disloyal thoughts, you must curb those. You were my interference today.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Well, it appears I owe your commander an apology. Commissar, I am very sorry. It appears you were correct. They were all clean.
Do I think he was on level about that conversation with the guy?
Nope. Theatrics. None of what he said except for clean was true.
Okay.
The commissar head nods. The other guy, he runs away. Everybody clips their guns back onto their vests. They stand down, and commissar spins. Actually, were you all standing in line with him? It was Eli up front,
yeah, I guess so.
putting on the show, and you guys, okay. So,
I was standing where I got a good view of Eli. I
Yeah.
was specifically measuring Eli.
Yeah, I would probably be just sitting back near Nico.
okay. The semicircle disperses. The guards head doing their things, whatever they were up to. The two remain with him, his bodyguards, and it's just the two of you, or the three of you, the two guards and him, standing on the landing pad.
I owe you an apology, sir. You know your men.
He just looks at you and nods.
Nod back. Thank you for the unnecessary expense, but we never could tell. But now we know for sure, yes?
Well, it's good to be. I guess it's good to be 100% sure. He says.
Oh, thank you again. My business is concluded. Besides the trip to the city, gentlemen, I turn to Reparo and Nico, who wanted to say more things to the commissar, I'm sure. Now that my show is over.
Be able to get into the city?
Hey, he just looks at you. He said, I made some inquiries. They all ended in dead ends. It seems the Queen's not particularly pleased with the PDF being here for so long. Probably why we're being redeployed. She must have pulled some strings to get us the hell out of here.
The Queen, you say?
Yeah, the Queen of the planet.
I've never met her. What does she look like?
Oh, don't look at me. I never met her either.
So she was personally making sure that we couldn't get into the city, or just
No.
ignoring your requests?
Ignoring the requests, and various barons were ignoring. The baron that we kicked out of this, or annexed this area from, was visiting earlier, and he was tooting his own horn and not propositioning, bolstering quite a bit, posturing, and he's clearly got a bit of a, he's got her ear, and I suspect he's finally been able to convince her that we don't need to be here. So my normal contacts are not as are all but dried up. I have no ability to get you in.
All right. Reparo?
I don't know. Reparo's at a loss of what to say. So what's the plan then? I guess is what Reparo asks.
I say we go see the Baron.
Okay.
So as you say
that's our only choice.
So as you say that, you are startled, and yes, I did roll this. You were startled. Yeah, you were startled as a voice from behind you, Nico, says, "Perhaps I can help with that."
Who's startled? All of us?
Yeah, the rest of you don't have awareness, so she didn't have a problem sneaking up on you.
I would probably jump and turn.
Yeah, I definitely jumped.
So you spin around and look at the right behind you where the voice is coming from and see nothing. Then you look down and you see her. She's only about 4 feet tall, and she was standing right behind you.
Looking down. Hello.
Good day. Tech Priest Reparo?
Yes. And who might you be?
I am Rosemary.
I just look over at Nico. Looks like we've found Rosemary.
Oh, were you looking
or
for me?
she's found us, more accurately.
I'm flattered that you were looking for me.
Yeah, we were. What's our Inquisitor's name?
Sanguinus.
Or
Vitus is his last name. Inquisitor Regulus Saturnius Orvitus.
Ragu.
What did you say
Ragu.
we could call him for short?
Nothing.
Did he say something?
No, he's
okay.
never. You never asked him. You didn't have the
I
balls to
thought
ask him.
Eli asked him.
No, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. He said no.
We called you Gooey.
No.
That's right. Okay. He's just like, no, silly Eli. That's right.
Silly boy.
Yeah, we were looking for you, Rosemary. Apparently you found us. I'm still kind of like taken aback that she like snuck up on me.
She's yeah. She's like, well, yes. Orvitus asked me to be your contact. Some in this profession would call it your handler.
Should we be reporting to you then? I ask.
Oh, he wasn't kidding. You guys are new to this, aren't you? Yes. You need to talk to him, you come see me.
Okay. Finally, some clarification. I throw my arms up in the air.
You tech priests are always so difficult to make the transition to this line of work.
Why were we looking for her again?
Ah, Mr. Eli. She notices your hand and like reaches out and grabs it and it's like, this will not do. We must get this taken care of.
Oh, yes. Please.
Taken care of, I ask.
You of all people should know the many options available for this.
Indeed. I find it unlikely that the Omniscience would be willing to grant him such gifts.
As they're talking about this, I'm envisioning a hand that has las pistol fingers and a palm. And
Yeah, your eyes are just glossed over, like, yeah.
I'm just like face palming and like
She just looks at you. She's like, even the least competent Omnisci can attach a rudimentary cybernetic hand.
it's not the process that bothers me, it's the gift.
Handler, huh?
She just looks at you. She says, like, with the right amount of throne gelt, you'd be amazed at what the Omnisci can do.
I just disregard that.
As long as you don't sell me out, I won't have an issue with you.
You say that to her?
Yep.
Sell you out. With your background, I don't think that'll be a problem. Now, you said you wanted to get to the city. Now, why would you want to do that?
Well, the Inquisitor told us to go find you.
Oh, so I guess that's done. So now what are we doing?
I don't know. He didn't say what was next.
We have taken care of the quote-unquote situation we suspect, except Eli knows of some ritual that has taken place in the city that we know little about.
Also, Eli, way too dramatic with those people. You know what I mean.
She looks, and she was watching the whole thing, and she says, I agree, but sometimes it's fun to mess with the PDF once in a while.
I also agree.
So.
I
mean,
I'm
can you
looking
imagine
around.
how boring that would have been?
Are we the only 4 here now?
Yeah.
Is there there's no one in earshot or anything?
If you were to holler, somebody might hear you, but...
Right, but talking isn't going to spark anyone. Okay.
Perception
What
if you want to see if anybody's listening.
Okay, I do actually. So let me try that. Whatever. I don't think anyone's listening.
You can't see another soul, even though there's like people 20 feet from you.
Good thing we're all alone here in the middle of... Where are we?
Hey, Eli! No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're fairly confident that nobody in the crowd is actually looking at you or paying any attention
what was
to you.
With that one guy? Why?
Very, very weak.
I say one guy.
He wasn't. Something was going on, but
she
was
looks at you.
Unnatural.
She clearly says, "Tell us what you got." You clearly were lying when you said he was 100% clean.
I don't even. Oh,
Eli lie.
He has the potential to be a psyker, possibly with lots of training, but I don't think he can actually even access it. It's very, very weak.
She just goes, a latent psyker.
I see no reason to destroy a soldier over something he probably can't even access. Especially since it wasn't brought on by what happened.
No, but maybe the Inquisition should know.
I would not see a problem with having it known that he is, but I don't see any purpose in interfering with him.
I think that's the Inquisitor's job to decide.
I'd have to agree.
I will file it in my report, and we'll let Orvitas decide what to do.
There's also, I guess you can see Eli's hand now that you looked at it. There's that. I don't know.
You guys appear to have had quite an adventure.
I think it's sorted, but
I just
don't know.
scoff at that.
Reparo, do you have anything to add?
I don't say anything. I don't even reply to that.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
So what do you gentlemen need to deal with? Are we wrapped up here?
I believe so. Were you speaking about a blessing of the Omnisci for my hand? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Where? Okay.
We can take care of that en route.
Well, thank you. Yes. I want to talk to Reparo along. Do you know the proper prayers for the blessing of choking while using a device of the Omnisci?
Thankfully for you, that does not exist.
No, but on a serious note, I would love to learn from you on proper care for something like this. I will respect.
She's
I'm
just
pretty
like,
sure there's
I raise
no-
my eyebrow again in disbelief.
boys, play nice.
Eli, I'm pretty sure, just so we're clear, there's no replacement for heads.
Clear, but no, Reparo. I am being serious. I would love to learn from you the proper care for it at some
Right.
point. If you would trust me with that later.
I believe he's
I
talking
just say
about,
to that.
I believe he's talking about your rights.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Right.
Well, perhaps if he's still mad at you when you get it, whoever does it for you can tell you what to do with it.
I'm afraid of what he might tell me to do with it at this very moment.
I'm pretty sure we can all guess what that is.
I think the Omnisci might have blessed my gun to make sure that this happened.
Anyways, boys.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. After he says that, I kind of reflect. Maybe.
You're the last one to fix my gun.
Right.
Prior to that.
Perhaps it was the Omnisci's will. I shall reflect upon this.
So if we're all wrapped up here, then I guess it's time for me to give you your next mission.
Certainly.
Well, if I had it, I would give it to you. But I don't. You know how Orvitas is. All I know is that we need to jump back on Ezra's ship, and he's heading in the direction we need to go.
Should we do anything about this potential ritual that may have happened on the planet?
I thought that was taken care of.
I don't know, the Planetary Defense Fortress people didn't tell me anything.
What did you
All I
ask them?
know is what Eli told us, and that bad things were going to happen.
They said it
It was
was
sort of vague.
okay. That's all I got from them. The commissar's attaché. You know, the big guy doesn't seem to get exercise.
Oh, yes. He's quite comical.
Yeah, him.
Well, if you need to investigate that before we leave, you've got 2 hours before we need to depart the planet, or Ezra's leaving without us.
If it's of no concern to you, or the Inquisitor, it's of no concern to me.
I just report to him and tell him what you did. If you're confident there's no issue here, I report that. Unfortunately, if there is an issue here and that comes out later, it's your ass is on the line, not mine.
If she cleaned out the buildings at the points and nothing else is going on, it should be fine. I would like to use these 2 hours to go and collect one of those nifty spears.
Those are
Buy
ceremonial
it,
spears
I
of the
mean,
Baron
Buy
Guard.
it.
There's only one way you're getting one of those. Well, 2 ways.
One is to buy it, yes?
No, that is not one of the options.
I know one would be to join the Baron Guard, which I have no interest in.
Yeah.
What is
and
the other?
You, of all people, know what the other one is.
I just start walking towards and I'll look back, and look at Nico.
You don't have time for that, Eli.
I just droop my head and come back.
We have. Remember what I told you about building a reputation?
Let us be off then. I will just have to wish that I had managed to get one of those spirits.
We'll get you something nice at the gift shop, she says to you.
I chuckle.
I just raise an eyebrow.
She whispers
like
to
her.
you, not the little gift shop, you idiot.
I like her.
I like
I say
this
that
ship.
out loud.
I really like this ship.
So we're done here.
Yeah. Okay, so she waddles in front of you, and she walks with kind of a really short, shuffled kind of step. You know exactly which one I'm talking about, Shrag?
Yep.
That's the step that she walks with. Like, kind of impossibly fast, but really short steps. And she
Yep.
kind of just zips around. Her little bob cut going up and down, and her jacket, which flows out like almost in a cape at the end, right to her heels, is kind of flapping behind her, and she heads up right back up onto that same ship that you were pulling the people out of,
Uh-huh.
and she heads to the pilot's area, and then you see her come back. And did you guys go up there with her?
If she's going onto a ship,
Yes, the
Yeah.
same one you were
Yes.
standing in front of. Yeah. You see her. Okay, so you're standing up in there. You're standing in the kind of cargo or the passenger area, which has the seats along the sides of it, and she pops into the pilot's area through a little door. It closes and she comes back out, and you see her just kind of jump up and plop herself more in the seat and pull down the harness.
I'm gonna when I get in there, I'm gonna lay down and like hug the ship, and then get seated.
I get in there, sit down, strap in. Remembering my last one, I checked to make sure, yep, all the vials are securely in their foam packing this time. And then I think for a minute, and I reach in and I grab a grenade and wrap it up.
I see him playing with a grenade, and I look over at Nico.
I sit across from Eli.
After it's tied and I think it's secure, I put it back in the backpack.
She's just sitting
So I wrap
across
it
him and like just like.
Yeah, exactly. Just sit down, looking at him the whole way as I'm sitting down. I have looked confident up until this point. As I climb onto a ship. Get that awkward feeling again as I sit down on the ship. I'm like, oh.
So you,
Stomach gets
okay.
a little uneasy. Unlike the other two who are like rejoicing and like, yeah!
Bro hugs the ship, kisses it a little bit, and then jumps and straps himself down. You fiddle with your harness a little bit, and you finally manage to get into clip.
Yeah, I'm like,
Eli's safely. Yeah. Where does this go? Does this go here? You clip it one way, and then you're left with this like one piece of belt hanging out. You're like, what the fuck? So you undo it all, and you try it again, and then you're like,
exactly.
and this time you've got 2 pieces left over. You're like, what the hell? And eventually you get the 5
I was
points
gonna say I'll
connected.
go over and help him if he can't do it.
Eventually
Yeah,
he
for sure.
figures it out. And then meanwhile Eli's fucking total like playing. He's got his stowaway gear and he's setting up. He's safely put his overhead luggage away, and
I'm going to look in the backpack and pull out the rope and climbing harness that I'd forgotten that we had from the caving experience. Look over at Nico and just put it back in the backpack.
Oh yeah, we had this.
Yeah.
That would have been really helpful. Oops. Okay. So you're all sitting there, the door's wide open. She just looks up at you, Nico, and says, "Do you mind pushing that button, dear?"
I'm gonna confusedly like look around, like what is she
Just
talking
push the
about?
damn button. Were you born in a barn?
If you can't figure it out, I'll go over and press the button.
Yeah, he's looking around. Reparo jumps out of his seat and push the button. Like it was like you're sitting in one of the chairs and there's like this large like panel and this big red
Clearly
button.
said,
Like it's big red and it's got
"Push
like
me."
the no, it doesn't say push me, but it's big red button and it's got like the hazard yellow and black around it.
He's
Right.
like, "What? What's a button?"
Yeah. So Reparo walks up and he's like, slams the button, and then you see the back cargo bay door start closing. As soon
Not a
as
barn.
I mumble the prayer of button pushing.
I said not a barn.
Not a barn.
Kind of like go back to
it was close to a barn.
Everybody's strapped in, sitting down.
Yeah, as the door closes, you feel your ears pop as the cabin pressurizes, and you feel it rumble.
I let a sigh of relief out.
Is the door to the pilot's area still open?
It is closed. It's a sliding door,
Okay.
and once she left, it slid shut, and you hear it go shh.
Oh, so it just you step up and it opens or closes, whatever.
You're not 100% sure. Like there's a panel beside it. She could have hit the button. You don't know.
Oh. Okay,
You weren't really.
I was just wondering.
There's a 50-50 chance you're gonna walk up and faceplant yourself if you don't push the button.
Right.
So yeah, it rumbles. You feel it shake quite a bit, and then all of a sudden it kind of tones down as it actually lifts off the ground and it's no longer on terra firma, and it your whole body is like kind of pulled into the seat as it accelerates up. This is a very disturbing feeling for you, Nico.
Yeah.
Was it one you're all too familiar with from the last time you boarded
Yep.
the ship and took off?
Like I'm gonna throw up almost.
Yeah. Eventually, you're in there for about 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden the kind of pressure eases up a bit, and you feel a lot lighter. You see a vial of Obscura float by.
Oh. My.
Just kidding. But you see, Eli, you're very happy that you've properly secured your carry-on luggage because you see it kind of levitate and try to float off, but it's properly attached.
Since we're safely out now, because it was the turbulence coming down is what caused me a problem before, right? So I'll go ahead and unwrap the grenades out of my backpack now. They're safe.
Okay. Okay, so there's a small, tiny window by the
Small, tiny.
small, tiny. There's a tiny window near the just so there's the door that opens to the back. There's the rows of seat on either side, and then there's another door like a side hatch, and then there's the pilot's area. So that through this tiny window in the side hatch, you can see the edge of the planet appear as you kind of get into orbit, and then that kind of fades off to the side, and then all of a sudden you see the big silhouetted against one of the suns of this planet. You see the outline of the black comet.
Hey.
That's no moon.
She's like, right, it's the black comet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you fly towards the black comet. You come into one of the many loading bays. It docks. You feel the familiar clunk as it lands, and then the back door straps opening, and you recognize the cargo, not the cargo bay, the docking kind of station for ships in the Black Comet.
Sweet.
Shuttle bay, that's what I was looking for.
Is there a lot of people here when we get out?
There's the familiar people you recognize from before, kind of mulling around, taking care of the ship.
I'm looking for the guy with the shoulder issue.
Guy with the shoulder issue. Oh, no. Your friend is not here.
Okay.
So she jumps out of her seat, unbuckles and jumps out and shuffles her way down, and with her hand behind her just kind of waves like, "Follow me."
Follow.
Get all my stuff and follow.
Yeah. As you're leaving, you hear you feel the rumble as the freighter with the big 97 on the side of it takes off and leaves again, zips through the atmospheric force field.
Boom.
Yeah. And that's it. She shows you guys to your quarters, which are on the proper deck this time to begin with.
Oh.
Most of the damage to the Black Comet from the last time you were here has been repaired. Actually, you can't see any trace of it as you as you go by the atrium area.
Are we in the same room where we were before?
Similar, close by.
Okay.
She settles you in and says, "I'm going to see Ezra, and we'll talk soon."
Will you contact us?
I will find you. Just make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
She looks at Eli. Not that at home.
Aww.
I will come back later and we'll figure out your hand situation.
Yay! Yes,
And that will be it for this session. We're going to do end of session stuff real quick. And that actually ends I guess we can call it campaign arc 1 for Dark Heresy. This will be end of season 1. Next time we'll be starting with season 2. And we'll get that all figured out before we start up, but yeah.
Whoa, we have seasons. Cool.
Yeah. So, let's resolve some bonds and stuff.
I think I resolved a bunch of reparos from what I remember.
Yeah. So let's start with you then, because you seem to know what you're going on. So let's...
You mean me?
Yeah, Nico. Before we do that, let's do session experience. So 250 base session experience. And then 100 for resolving the 6 guards.
Sweet.
250 and 100, you said?
Yeah. And actually make the guard thing, make another 250 for the guard thing.
Another
okay.
250.
So that's 5.
So total 500 for this session for everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Eli, Eli, I want you to take a mark down and no, it's not worth it. Never mind. Sorry.
I do have one thing.
Yeah.
That I wanted to point out about that whole guard situation.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Oops, hit my mic.
Sure.
Nico, back to let's do bonds for you.
Okay. I will show Eli the meaning of anger.
Would you agree that you now know the meaning of Eli or Nico's anger, Eli?
I think that me and my missing hand probably agree with that.
I would agree also. 50 XP.
Right. The other one. I hate when retribution isn't served. I'm saying
That's a
that
bond?
retribution it's my hate.
One of your hates. Okay. Do you have any other bonds before we go into that?
Oh, I don't know. I picked before our session. I have much to teach Eli about bolt gun justice, just because I knew exactly what I was going to do.
I'll
don't
give
know
that
if you
to
want me to. Okay.
Well, you had that for the longest time, but finally got rid of it because you didn't know you were going to use it, right?
Right.
And then, yeah,
I don't know.
it certainly changed that. So another, Yep.
I made up. I had no third one. I added the third
Okay.
one as we were at the end of the one there because
Okay.
I wanted to see. I
We'll
wanted
go
something
over-
going forward, so I made the. I blame Eli for the perils of the warp.
Awesome. So,
So
we'll have
that's something going forward.
yeah, remind me for that one for the beginning of season 2.
I hate when retribution isn't served. Jerts needed some kind of justice.
I would agree that you've avenged him.
And yeah, I don't think the others are.
Desires and no, you didn't sacrifice any of your party members, so you can't have the other one. Well,
Sacrificed his hand, but it wasn't for the contract, so it's
not just
Yeah.
yet. Yeah. Okay, Eli bonds.
the satisfying kill.
Oh, one sec. What was that, Nico?
Last session, did I get? Okay, I did get satisfying. I'm sorry, carry on.
Okay. Eli bonds.
The only bond I had going, because I didn't really get, I don't know what to bond them with. Here's what I've got now. I didn't solve any bonds, I don't believe.
Okay, so you just
I've
have
got
new ones?
Nico, yeah, I've got 2 new ones, and the old one I had is Nico and Reparo do not trust me. I will prove myself to them. I'm still working on that one, and I think I can get it someday.
Okay.
I threw in 2 new ones. I will learn from Nico how to be subtle, and I will learn from Reparo the proper care for my new hand.
That works. Okay, and what do you hate?
Well, I've got my desire of wealth and power. Hate the mistreatment of psychers.
I'm going to give you that because I'm assuming that was the motivation behind not reporting.
Yep, not having him shot right there.
He wouldn't have been shot. He would have been sent and probably ended up with a metal plate in his head, too.
I would. That was the only other option I had for him was goodbye. All right. So what's that? That's a 50 or a...
That's a 50. And then you sacrifice. You didn't sacrifice your party, so you didn't get that one.
Oh, that was Jert's, but we didn't really... He's not actually a party member, right?
No. It has to be a PC. Mr. Reparo. Bonds?
Nico has much to teach me about bolt gun justice. I think some of that's
Yep.
been.
Yeah.
You are fully versed in bolt gun justice right now.
Yeah. And that's probably the only bond I'd say. I hate lack of order, and there's a whole lack of that going on. It's really irking Reparo right now, especially the whole Eli basically getting away with murder. That's really bothering Reparo. In case you haven't noticed.
So yeah, if you want to work towards the XP for that, just think of things you could do to help, or how your character would react in situations because of that.
Right.
Nothing for sacrifice. And what was your? You love tech. You like
Oh yeah, it's about all about
forbidden tech and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to date.
Heretic items.
Yeah. Okay. So nothing today. Okay. So everybody's got their personal XP.
Or heretic, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Well, how much did I get?
Just the 50, right?
50? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that concludes season 1 of Outcast Ordo. We will be back in a couple of weeks, depending on what's going on with the other shows. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, follow us, leave a comment, let us know what you like. I'm welcome to suggestions on how I can torture Eli in the next season. And we will see you later. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, let me know what other body part I can shoot off of.
Yeah.
Sam and Lila will see you next season also.
I'm sure you'll get some great suggestions for a body part you should shoot off.